Y'all, I have not made a video in so long. Ever since I did our announcement that we were expecting, I have not made a video, and it's been for good reason, but I am back. Maybe not as like every week video back, but I am back and feeling better. And I wanted to go over what's been going on around the homestead with you guys and give you some updates on the baby. So right after I made the we're expecting video, we had wonderful doctor's appointments. The baby is fine. Baby is growing really well. As of the making of this video, I am about to turn 19 weeks pregnant tomorrow, which is Friday. I don't know when I'm posting this video, but I'll probably be 19 weeks pregnant when you see this video. And we found out that we are having another boy, which we are super excited about. But right after the making of the first video, I got really sick, pregnancy sick. With my first pregnancy with Junior, I was sick all the time through about the 24th week. With this pregnancy, I got sick, really sick, nauseous sick, around the 7th or 8th week, and it lasted pretty well into week 15. Now, I wasn't sick all day long, but I was exhausted all day long. I do not remember being that exhausted with Junior at all. I felt useless. I laid on the sofa all day. I did nothing. I didn't get any work done. I was just useless. And, you know, thankfully my family has been very gracious and has picked up the slack, and they've been really great for this whole experience. But I just couldn't function. And I was nauseous at night. I couldn't even go anywhere. For Christmas, my husband and sister-in-law took the kids out to see Christmas lights at night, and from about 4 o'clock afterwards, I couldn't do anything, and so I missed out on a lot of fun holiday opportunities because I was sick all the time, and I didn't want to have to like keep pulling over and saying I gotta throw up, or you know, it was just horrible. And so I said to my husband at one point, I said, well, I understand how people with chronic illnesses can get depressed so easily because they can't do anything. And I feel like I have this chronic illness and I can't do anything. And so, but I knew it would eventually pass. And I decided to just have some grace for myself. I slept a lot during the day. I laid down a lot during the day. I tried to sleep in the morning, which was great because Junior knows to not get up. That's been one rule in our house, is when you're told not to get up, you don't get up. And so he knew not to get out of bed until 7 o'clock every morning, even if that meant he sat in bed and read a book or something. And so he was really great about that. And I was able to just get through it. So now that I'm 19 weeks pregnant, I am feeling better. I do still have some bouts of nausea in the evenings, or like if I've eaten something really sweet, which I'm sure is sugar related, or if I eat and I don't sit down for a few minutes directly afterwards. So I'm kind of figured out my body, and I'm kind of just following my body and what my body wants. And so far so good. So everything is going really well. We went for an early scan for gender, which I won't ever do again. I know a lot of people like to do it, but it was okay. I mean, I wouldn't pay $150 to do it again. But that's when we found out we were having a boy, and we quickly settled on the name Everett Franklin Fewell. Now there is a story behind that. Junior is named after, he's actually a third, Mark the Third. So he has a combination of names between his dad, his grandfather, and his great-grandfather on Mark's side of the family. We love family names, and so we decided on Everett because we both like the name Everett. We like older names. Everett was actually Mark's grandfather's middle name and his great-grandfather's first name. I think I got that right. And Franklin is my dad's middle name and my grandfather's middle name. And so we put the two together, and we thought, oh, there we go. We have a name. And so Everett Franklin will be his name. And the funny story is that from the very beginning of this pregnancy, Junior had been praying at night he would pray for the baby. He would say, please keep the baby healthy and keep the baby strong. And I always thought that was a weird thing, like keep the baby strong, you know, that's, well, whatever, keep praying for it. And when we chose the name Everett, we looked it up. The name Everett actually means strong, which was pretty incredible to see how that played out. And so it was really neat to watch all of that come together. We are going for a 20-week anatomy scan next week, which we don't expect there to be anything wrong with it. We've seen the baby a few times. He's very active. He's very strong. I started feeling him kick right around 12 to 13 weeks, and it wasn't the flutters like most moms get. It was all out kicking, and I have felt him every day since then, and it's been a pretty incredible experience. So he's getting strong enough now where you can start feeling him on the outside as well. So I'll be really excited when my family can feel him kicking. My due date is June 28th, but I feel like I might go a little bit earlier than that. I am carrying extremely low, and my body has already prepared itself from a first pregnancy that I think I will probably go maybe a week or two earlier than that, but we'll see. We are using a birthing center this time around. We did not have a great hospital experience the first time, and from what I've been hearing recently about our local hospital, it doesn't seem to be the greatest place to birth. My old OBGYN actually left because he couldn't handle the administrative people that were there. And so I'm glad that we went with a birthing center. I love the midwives there. They're all very understanding, very encouraging, very informational. And I had Junior without an epidural, and so I'm not concerned whatsoever with having this baby without an epidural. So other than that, everything is going perfectly fine. We are having a great time with this experience, and we are doing really well. Everyone's healthy and happy. There are some other things going on around the homestead that we have not updated you about yet. If you follow on Instagram and Facebook, you might have seen it. But I wanted to share some of these things with you. So the first thing is that we added quail to the homestead once again. You might remember a few years ago we had quail, but we just weren't set up very well for quail, and we decided to get rid of them and try again when we had a better setup. Now, you might also remember that we had gotten Californian meat rabbits a couple of years back from Jeremy over at Independence Acres Homestead, and my son wanted to do meat rabbits, and we decided to go ahead and move forward with that, but he's just lost interest since then. And I don't take over stuff when my kid loses interest, so I got rid of the meat rabbits a few weeks ago, and then we decided to try quail again since we had these brand new hutches that we had just built and needed to put something in them. Also, Mark, my husband, has alpha-gal, which is an allergy to beef, and it comes from a tick bite from Lyme's disease, basically. And so he eats a lot of poultry, and we don't really have a ton of room to raise, 25 or 50 meat birds on our property. And so adding quail was actually a way for us to be more sustainable in our poultry and how we purchase and are a consumer of poultry. They don't take up much space. They are extremely quick to multiply, and they only take 6 to 8 weeks before harvest maturity. So that is why, he said, let's get quail again, and we said okay, and we are now quail owners. They actually just hatched. They're so adorable. We got them from AJ Farms, and we are expecting up to 60, so we are working that out with them, and we'll hold back 3 breeding groups, and then whatever doesn't make the cut for breeding groups, we will go ahead and harvest in a few weeks. Our French Black Copper Moran rooster has finally matured. He started crowing, and he is finally mating our girls, so I will be excited to start hatching again in the spring. I'm excited to mate him with my olive egger especially, so we can get generation 3 olive egger eggs. That'll be a lot darker than they currently are, and hopefully my girl Morans will start laying soon as well, so we can start hatching little baby Morans. As you might remember, in a past video I had mentioned that we wanted to put our house on the market in the spring. As of right now, that's not happening unless we find a piece of land or property that we fall absolutely in love with. We have been looking, but we don't want to jump on anything just because we want to move, and it can be difficult trying to move and get this stuff done while having a newborn. And so I think our goal is, if we don't find anything this year, then we will definitely put the house in the market next spring. But in the meantime, we are moving stuff around. So Junior, there are only 2 bedrooms upstairs, and we have a very small house. It's only about 900 square foot. And, but it served its purpose for us. And so we are moving Junior down to the basement. Our basement is basically a finished basement. It's got a family room, a laundry room, That's where my office is, and we have a workout room. But we are taking my office and we're moving that into the family room portion of the area. And the family room will remain a family room. And then we're taking Junior's bedroom and moving it downstairs so that the nursery can be upstairs with us. Needless to say, he was a little bit unsure about that, but I think he's coming to terms with it, and I think he's getting excited about it. But there are some renovations going on in our house. Our house is crazy right now, and I will be happy when it's all back in order. A lot of people have been asking about Delilah, our dog, and how she's doing with chickens and quail and everything else. Delilah is doing great. Delilah has actually turned out to be a pretty good farm dog. She doesn't chase the chickens. She was trained very quickly on not to do that. I mean, within just a few days she was trained. She's very, very smart, and she loves all the farm animals. So she goes down and she checks on them, and she'll come back up, and she's just a great overall dog. We knew that she would be. She's a black-mouthed cur, and black-mouthed curs are specifically trained for hunting, herding, and protection. And so she does all three of those very, very well. We had a lot of skepticism, even from YouTubers, well-known YouTubers, saying that our dog was going to eat all of our chickens when we first got her, and I am pleased to say that over the past 2 years, I know it's been 2 years, it doesn't seem possible, that she has not ate a single chicken. And she has been left unattended with them, and she has been perfectly fine. It takes training, it takes patience, and that's exactly what we did, and she's been a great farm dog, and we could not recommend curs more than we already have to people who are looking for a good farm dog. Now keep in mind, she's not a livestock guardian dog. She's not a type of dog that you could leave outside. It was -5 degrees this morning when we woke up. She would have frozen outside. She's not a guardian dog that stays outside with the flock. She's an overall farm dog, which is what we wanted, and a family protection dog. We are looking at getting another dog sometime this year or next year. Totally different breed from a friend of ours, but we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. We were almost talked into getting a puppy last week. Thankfully, we didn't lose our minds. We had originally said yes. It was a Catahoula leopard dog, which is a lot like curs, and they are curs. But then we backed up because it's just way too much for us to take on right now with being pregnant and home renovations and then adding a puppy, and it's like, what are we talking about? So we decided against the puppy, and we are going to wait for the dog that we really, really want. We'll do more on that later once we get that all figured out. The 2019 Homesteaders of America conference is coming along really great. I have neglected it the first part of this year with just not feeling well and being exhausted, but I have a pretty incredible team behind me that has been picking up the slack and doing a whole lot. And you can check out our contact page to see all of those people, and we are updating our About Us page to do more of a bio and about our team and all of that. So I'm really grateful for everyone that is helping. This conference could not come together anymore if it were just me. I know I was able to do it for the first year basically by myself, but you know, homesteading takes a village, and so this conference takes a village, and so we could not do it without all of you that attend and all of you that support us and encourage us, and then everyone who is actually working with HOA to make it such an incredible place for community and a great event. So thank you all who are helping us, and we cannot wait to see you in 2019. Our tickets are already on sale. They're already moving very quickly. We've already sold more tickets this year than we have in years past. And so we definitely encourage you to get your tickets, and we encourage you to make your reservations because hotel rooms are booking quickly, just like they did last year, even quicker. So we cannot encourage you enough that if you are coming, please go ahead and get those tickets, book that hotel room, and worst case scenario, you cancel your hotel room and you can't come, and we'll miss you. I got my very first royalty check and paperwork from my first book, The Homesteader's Herbal Companion, and it did a lot better than I thought it did, which was pretty incredible, and we are really excited. And I'm even more excited to have my second, The Homesteader's Natural Chicken Keeping Handbook, coming out in May of this year. So it is on pre-order. If you haven't pre-ordered it yet, I would go ahead and pre-order it. If you get it on Amazon, whatever the lowest price is between now and May, you can actually get that lowest price even if the price goes back up. So whatever they drop the price down to, if they run a sale between now and May when it comes out, you get that lowest price on Amazon. So go ahead and pre-order that. If you would rather have a signed copy, then you can go to my website, thefewellhomestead.com, and get a signed copy there. Alright, I think that's it for me today. I hope that you guys have been having an incredible winter. It has been snowy and very cold here, and so we have just been trying to stay warm and keep the wood stove going and surviving. We hope that you guys are doing great. We hope to see you at the 2019 conference. If you have any questions, let me know. Do check out my website. I'm trying to update it every single week and have a new blog post out for you every single week. And the nice part is that a lot of the blog posts that I'm posting are coming directly from both of my books. So if you don't have them already, or if you want an expanded version where I might talk a little bit more in depth in the blog, then I encourage you to go over every week and check out my website for more updated information and blog posts all the time. All right, guys, have a great day. Happy homesteading.